Water rests quietly and mirrors the sky above. When the mind is still, it mirrors truth. In the same way, a woman who nurtures her heart and her habits becomes magnetic, not by force, but because her presence naturally draws people in. Think about this. People are rarely attracted to noise. They are drawn to calm, to steadiness, to the rare quality of someone who moves with intention and depth. Let's explore 6 habits expressed in 18 simple teachings. Each one is a seed of practice. Each one a way to return to strength, grace, and inner beauty. When water lies calm in a lake, it reflects the sky perfectly. You see clouds drifting, trees bowing to their reflection, even your own face looking back. But when water is restless, when waves disturb its surface, what do you notice? Only broken shapes, distorted images, confusion. The same is true for the mind. A restless mind cannot see clearly. It cannot recognize truth, beauty, or make wise choices. A restless heart misreads people and situations. But a calm mind is like that still lake. It reflects reality as it truly is. This is why the first habit of a high-value woman is the ability to remain still before she acts. Stillness doesn't mean doing nothing. It doesn't mean shutting down or hiding. It means choosing to pause before responding. It means creating space between what happens and how you react. In daily life, most people react like puppets on strings. Someone speaks sharply and the reply comes in anger. A driver cuts in front and the horn blares. A phone rings and it must be answered immediately. These reactions show a life controlled by the outside world, not by inner clarity. A woman who carries true value can pause. She can breathe. She can allow her inner wisdom to guide her actions. And that pause itself is powerful. In Shaolin training, young monks arrive eager to show strength. They want to punch fast, kick hard, move quickly. But the master teaches them stillness first. Hours are spent standing, eyes calm, body steady. Many ask, why stand still? Why not fight? The master says, if you cannot stand still for 5 minutes, how will you stand firm in life for 5 years? Pausing before action is not weakness. It is mastery. From stillness, every action becomes intentional, every word chosen. Think about relationships. Most fail not because of huge betrayals, but because of small reactions. A careless word, a rushed judgment, a heated reply. Imagine a woman who, when faced with tension, simply takes a breath and allows silence first. Her partner feels strength not in her volume but in her calm. That calmness is magnetic. People are drawn to someone who can weather storms without being swept away. How do you practice this in daily life? Start small. When the urge to react arises, whether in conversation or checking your phone, pause for 2 breaths. This is not laziness, it is training. 2 breaths create space. In that space, clarity appears. In that clarity, you are no longer reactive. You are in control. Others feel it even if they can't name it. They sense that you respond consciously, not impulsively. Ask yourself, how many words have I spoken I later regretted because I didn't pause? How many conflicts could have softened if I had simply waited a moment before replying? Reflection like this invites humility, and humility is the soil where true value grows. A woman who pauses, who carries stillness, is rare in a noisy world. Her stillness becomes power, magnetism, and natural attraction. Not because she tries, simply because she is. The second teaching flows naturally from the first. Words are never neutral. They carry energy. They shape the world inside and around us. A high-value woman knows her words can heal or harm, bring calm, or ignite chaos. She chooses words like medicine. She does not gossip, lash out in anger, or flatter without meaning. Instead, she speaks with care, intention, and discipline. Her words become precious, and people listen. Not because she is loud, but because every word has purpose. There is a saying in the East, the tongue is soft, yet it can break bones. Many relationships are ruined by careless words, more than by any physical act. Children remember sharp words long after. Words are subtle but powerful. A woman who chooses them carefully becomes a safe place. Even in conflict, her partner knows she won't act recklessly. Her friends feel sincerity. Her family experiences stability. I once knew a woman who never spoke in anger. She wrote her feelings in a notebook, waited for the storm to pass, then spoke. Her words were soft, precise, unforgettable. People respected her because her speech carried patience, wisdom, and healing. Her words became medicine. They restored, balanced, and comforted. Notice your own words. Are they meant to release tension or create harmony? Do you argue to win or to understand? A high-value woman doesn't waste words proving herself. She chooses words that serve truth, not ego. This transforms her presence. People leave interactions with her feeling seen, understood, and lighter. Rare things are always valuable. A simple practice before speaking in a heated moment, ask yourself, do these words build harmony or division? If division, remain silent. Over time, this discipline becomes natural. When you speak, your words are respected, treasured, remembered. This is not manipulation. It is living with integrity. Your speech mirrors inner discipline, and inner discipline is magnetic. People sense it. They are drawn to it because it is safe, strong, and authentic. Ask yourself, do my words leave healing or scars? That question alone can transform relationships. It leads to a presence that feels irresistible, not for beauty or charm, but for the way you make people feel. Being trusted, listened to, and respected is deeper attraction than appearance alone. The third teaching moves from the mind and words to the body. A woman's value shows in how she carries herself, how she walks, moves, and holds space. How she walks tells a story of her balance, her dignity, and her self-respect. Grace is not about perfection, it is about harmony, alignment of inner and outer energy. People sense grace through feeling, not sight. Grace calms. Grace attracts effortlessly. I remember an elderly woman walking every morning on temple grounds. She was not young, not tall, not dressed in anything remarkable. Yet as she moved slowly, steadily, intentionally, everyone noticed. She was in harmony. She was not rushing nor dragging. Each step felt sacred, each movement a prayer. That presence, that grace left a mark. People were drawn to her, not because of how she looked, but because of the energy she carried when she moved. This is what it means to move with grace. In relationships, grace is magnetic. A woman who walks with presence communicates quietly, I am at peace with myself. That peace invites others in. It builds trust. It inspires admiration. In a world where so many rush, distracted and hurried, the woman who moves with awareness leaves a mark that lingers. Even in a crowd, she stands out, not by trying, but by the way she carries herself. How can a woman develop this grace? Start by slowing your steps. Feel each foot meet the ground. Imagine the earth is listening. Walk not as if you are running from something or chasing something, but as if every step is an offering. Relax your shoulders. Let your breath guide you. Try this for just one day. Even moving from room to room, you'll notice how others see you and how you feel inside. Slowness builds dignity. Awareness builds grace. Ask yourself, when I walk, am I rushing or am I honoring each moment? What does my walk tell the world about me? Does it speak of anxiety, distraction, or uncertainty? Or does it speak of calm, steadiness, and presence? Your walk reflects your inner world. To walk with grace is to live with grace. People may never say, she walks beautifully, but they feel it. They sense your peace. They admire your calm. They are drawn to you because your energy is balanced, body and mind alike. Stillness before action, words that heal, walking with grace. These habits shape a woman into someone magnetic, not by effort, but by alignment. She becomes irresistible, not because she tries, but because she carries within her what everyone secretly craves: calm, clarity, harmony. These are the habits of a woman who has trained her spirit. This is the mark of someone extraordinary. When you stand before a mountain, you understand something vital. A mountain does not shout. It does not sway with every gust of wind. It does not need to prove itself. Its strength is quiet, enduring. This is restraint. Real power isn't in taking everything, saying everything, or showing everything. It's in choosing what not to do, what not to say, what not to accept. A woman of depth, of self-respect, of value, doesn't reveal herself by chasing or proving. She reveals herself through quiet mastery, restraint. In martial arts, students first learn that the most powerful strike is often the one held back. The punch that never lands shows control. The kick that stops short demonstrates discipline. Anyone can release force, but not everyone can control it. Life is the same. Anyone can lash out, indulge, chase fleeting desires, but not everyone can step back, smile, and choose patience. This control, this refusal to be ruled by impulse, is what makes a woman radiant. Her strength is contained, not chaotic. Her energy is preserved, not wasted. Restraint in daily life can begin with simple acts. When anger arises, she doesn't raise her voice. When gossip tempts her, she stays silent. When an unhealthy relationship calls, she does not answer. Even if loneliness whispers, she does not yield. This restraint isn't bitterness, it's clarity. It's the ability to see what drains life and to choose against it. Practiced consistently, it becomes dignity. Dignity that cannot be bought, borrowed, or faked. It's the quiet fragrance of self-respect. Restraint changes relationships too. When one lashes out, the other often reacts, fueling the fire. But when one holds back, refusing to escalate, the fire dies. Arguments soften. Respect grows. Sometimes restraint means not defending yourself, not begging for understanding. Let silence speak. The woman who can hold back, who does not react to her ego, leaves a stronger impression than the one who floods the space with words. She becomes unshakable because she is no longer pulled by impulse. Restraint is not suppression. Suppression is heavy. Restraint is freedom. Suppression is fear. Restraint is choice. When you restrain, you do not close your heart. You open space to choose wisely. You refuse to be a servant to every passing urge. Practice this daily. Say no once a day, even to a small distraction or a task that drains you. Each time, notice your strength. Over time, saying no becomes natural and your presence becomes magnetic, solid, trustworthy, calm. Now, consider boundaries. Often misunderstood, boundaries are not walls, they are rivers. A river does not block water. It guides it. Boundaries guide life, ensuring flow without destruction. They teach others how to treat you, not with demands, but through steady self-respect. A woman without boundaries is like a cup with no shape. She absorbs everything, even poison, and others unconsciously lose respect for her. A woman with clear boundaries does not need to shout. Her calm no is enough. Her gentle refusal is enough. Boundaries are strength without aggression. I spoke to a young woman once, frustrated that friends ignored her feelings. I asked, "Do you respect your own limits?" She was silent. Slowly, she realized she had been saying yes to everything out of fear of rejection. When she began to say no, calmly and without anger, everything shifted. People listened. They adjusted. Her friendships deepened. Not because she demanded respect, but because she first gave it to herself. Boundaries teach others how to love correctly. Boundaries in love are essential. Many women give endlessly, hoping it secures affection. But love without boundaries is dependence. True love needs structure. A woman who says, "I love you, but I will not accept disrespect," creates safety for herself and her partner. She becomes more desirable because her love is strong, not weak. Protect your time, energy, body, peace, dignity. Protect these quietly but firmly, and the world respects you. The woman without boundaries is forgotten. The woman with boundaries cannot be ignored. Connected to boundaries is the rare gift of listening. Listening is not waiting for your turn, not giving advice, not filling silence. It is presence. To truly listen is to enter another's silence without control. A woman who listens this way becomes irresistible because she gives hearts what they long for most to be heard. Most people listen with half their mind, planning their reply. The mature woman leans into silence. She does not rush to fix, prove, or teach. She listens fully, and the effect is profound. People leave her feeling understood, sometimes healed, not because she solved anything, but because she gave them space to be fully themselves. I remember a young monk once upset over his failures. He spoke for an hour. I said only 5 words. He bowed, saying, "Thank you." The wisdom wasn't in my words. It was in the space I gave him. He needed to empty his heart without judgment. This is the power of listening. In relationships, it changes everything. When conflict arises, the woman who listens calms the fire. She does not interrupt. She does not defend. She creates space for understanding. She makes others feel seen. And when someone feels seen, anger softens. Friends trust her because she listens without judgment. Children are drawn to her because being around her feels safe. That kind of presence is magnetic. People are naturally pulled toward those who truly listen because being heard is one of our deepest human needs. How can you bring this into your own life? Start with just one conversation each day. As you listen, notice when your mind starts planning what to say next. Gently bring your attention back to the other person. Let silence exist without rushing to fill it. Nod. Breathe. Let them finish. And when you respond not with advice, but with understanding. Say, "I hear that you're feeling tired," or "I see that this is really important to you." That small shift can be transformative. It builds closeness, trust, and respect. Ask yourself, do I truly hear the hearts of others or only their words? Do I listen to understand or do I listen to answer? When you nurture deep listening, you change more than just how people experience you. You change how you experience the world. You notice more, feel more, see more. The quiet details that often hide behind noise and hurry start to appear. Restraint, boundaries, and listening are not tools for control. They are ways of being. Together, they create a woman who is grounded, trustworthy, magnetic. She is not carried away by impulse. She carries herself with dignity. She does not exhaust herself for others. She protects her sacred space. She does not allow her ego to dominate a conversation. She brings the healing power of presence. This combination forms a rare energy, a quiet force that draws people naturally without chasing. The truth is simple. People are not drawn to noise, they are drawn to presence. Presence grows when you practice restraint, honor boundaries, and listen with your whole being. Discipline in these habits is not restriction, it is freedom. And freedom is beauty. There's a reason why some women move through life with calm strength, while others feel drained, ignored, or undervalued. It often comes down to understanding their own worth and protecting it. Many struggle, not because they lack talent or kindness, but because they allow themselves to be pulled into the orbit of people who neither respect nor value them. Respect is not just politeness. It's the acknowledgement of your humanity, your right to exist without being diminished. How you carry yourself, the standards you set, and the limits you enforce will determine whether others honor you or trample over you. When you live with awareness of your value, you realize not every moment needs your energy, not every person deserves your explanation, and not every fight is yours to take. Life tests whether you will defend your dignity or surrender it for temporary approval. Many believe that being accommodating, endlessly forgiving, or always available will earn love and loyalty. Often, it does the opposite. Those who give without boundaries, who serve without limits, can fade into invisibility in the eyes of those who take from them. How others treat you is usually a reflection of what you first allow for yourself. Accept disrespect once, and you silently allow it to continue. Shrink to make others comfortable, and you teach them your light can be dimmed. Once that standard is set, it is hard to raise. People rarely improve the respect they show you on their own. It is you who must insist on it. The strength to do this comes not from hardness or arrogance, but clarity. It comes from knowing what you will and will not accept. And standing firm, even when it costs relationships, opportunities, or comfort. Many fear firmness because they worry about being seen as cold, selfish, or unloving. But real love, for yourself and others, cannot survive without respect. Love without respect becomes exploitation. Kindness without respect becomes servitude. Patience without respect enables harm. Think of the times you excused someone's repeated mistreatment because you believed their potential outweighed their actions. You told yourself they didn't mean it, or if I keep being patient, they will change. But years go by, and the pattern only deepens. Respect is never grown through passivity. It is claimed through consistent action. When you stop excusing, when you walk away from what undermines you, you send a message, not just to others, but to yourself, I am worth more than this. That painful shift begins the reclaiming of your power. People test boundaries instinctively. Even those with good intentions will see how much they can lean on you, how far they can push, how much of yourself you will sacrifice. This is human nature. But if you never set limits, you cannot blame others for walking over what you left unguarded. Your life is like a house. Without locked doors or strong walls, anyone can come in and rearrange things. Then you wonder why your peace is broken, your energy stolen, your joy fleeting. Many mistake selflessness for self-erasure. They believe being good means never saying no, never challenging mistreatment, never stepping back from those who exploit them. But there is nothing noble about being depleted. A candle burning at both ends does not light the room longer. It burns out faster. Protecting yourself is not selfish. It is stewardship of the life you have been given. When you act from that understanding, your presence grows stronger, your words carry weight, and your love is authentic because it comes from a whole, respected self rather than a fractured one. Think of moments when you stayed silent while someone dismissed you, insulted you, or took advantage of your kindness. Did that silence change anything? Did it make them respect you, or did it teach them they could act without consequence? Often, it is the latter. Silence in the face of disrespect is read as permission. Your unwillingness to confront invites repetition. But when you calmly, firmly, and consistently draw a line, everything shifts. The wrong people retreat. The right ones rise to meet your standard. Your circle becomes purified, not by chance, but by your courage. Respect begins in small acts. It is in the everyday details, listening when you speak, keeping promises, honoring boundaries without complaint. If someone consistently interrupts, dismisses, or ignores you, they are showing you their limits of respect. Do not fool yourself into thinking they will honor bigger matters when they fail in small ones. Attention to the details reveals the deeper truth. Those who value you show it consistently, not occasionally. Sometimes enforcing respect requires solitude. Walking away can feel lonely, especially after years invested in relationships, friendships, or work. The temptation to compromise for company is strong, but loneliness with dignity is always better than togetherness with dishonor. A season alone can cleanse your life of toxicity. Endure it with strength, and you attract people drawn to your strength, not your weakness, to your self-respect, not your availability. To live this way, cultivate inner stillness, unaffected by guilt, manipulation, or pressure. Some will call you difficult when you enforce standards, arrogant when you refuse mistreatment, selfish when you choose peace. Their labels reflect their discomfort, not your worth. Those who belong in your life will not fear your strength. They will be inspired by it. There comes a moment when you must decide your soul is no longer a playground for carelessness. Your time is too precious for conversations that go nowhere. arguments that drain you, or relationships that chip away at your self-esteem. Once that decision is firm, life shifts. The energy spent defending yourself against disrespect becomes fuel for growth, creativity, and peace. Your spirit becomes lighter, your steps deliberate, your days fuller. The lesson is simple: stop giving discounts on your worth. Stop selling yourself cheaply just to be chosen. Those who cannot meet the price of your presence are not meant to hold it.